Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this mid-month psychic tarot update for May 2023. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in May and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign may resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you are born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might want to check that out. This recording is for all the signs of the zodiac, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic and blessed mid-month, and happy birthday to the Tauruses and the Geminis that are born in May. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic and blessed solar return. All that being said, now on to your mid-month psychic tarot update for May 2023, and I'm starting with the sign of Aries. Aries, the first card you have in your reading is the Star, and this is spiritual blessings, an answered wish or an answered prayer. Spirit guides, angels, the divine source could be hearing your wishes and prayers, and they could be giving you some kind of spiritual blessings. I feel that there are Aries that are going to find themselves coming through a difficult time. Like, you went through a difficult time and you have come through it. You're starting to come out on the other side. You may have felt, Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign people, like there was an incredible amount of pressure put on you. And I feel a lot of it was actually coming through cosmic energy, the planets. And many of you, either during that time frame or now, feel brave, more courageous, more brave, and like you want to confront those demons. You want to confront things that were causing you stress, causing you pressure, causing you anxiety, driving up fears and worry for you. You have you're going to feel more like you can conquer them now. You may have watched some people fall away from your life. This could be, friends, family, love partners. But if that didn't apply, you may see or may have seen recently people out in the world that you liked, admired. This could be comedians, people that are in the theater or acting, or maybe even in politics, I don't know, but people out in the world, public figures that you followed or paid attention to or liked, they may have also started to fall away. You may have seen this over the past few months. Some of you are learning to control anger, control your temper, control anger, or to have more patience. And by focusing on certain things, you may have come to find that the solution to this stress and pressure and anxiety and, wherever it was coming from, people, planets, whatever, it's like you found that if you focused on certain things, maybe it was helping other people. Maybe it was doing some kind of craft or project or work or whatever it is, that it helped get you through, and focusing on it. The focus is the most important part, has helped you get through difficult times. Now, the card you have that came up with it is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is a card that means a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. I feel that there are elements of you, even though I feel like you're going to be more brave and courageous, I feel there is some element of how you're going to handle things moving forward in the rest of May and maybe even the next few months is moving forward slowly and cautiously with things. Now, Aries tend to like to jump in with both feet. They tend to be impulsive. And don't bother getting mad at me because I'm Aries rising and I know all about it. And my nephew's an Aries and my grandmother was an Aries and my best friend was an Aries and my ex-husband was an Aries. So I know what Aries can be like. So don't get mad when I say that. But, you know, and it does depend on your rising sign and your moon sign. Not everybody is cookie cutter based on their sun sign. But like I said, you aren't going to be prone to impulsive moves, impulsive actions, even though I feel you're going to be more courageous and more brave and you've gotten through some tough times and pressures and stresses by focusing on things like work or helping other people and all of that. But I feel proceeding forward over the next 3, 4, maybe 5 months even, you're going to be taking it easy. Maybe taking more time to nap, to rest, to recuperate if you have any kind of illness or surgery or anything that are coming up or have come up. But I also feel like anything else you're doing, like if you're going to sign a business contract, if you're going to buy a house, if you're going to hire somebody to work for you or, you know, do some kind of project, I feel you're going to start to move forward gradually and slowly, step by step. You need to pay attention to your dreams because you're going to be getting some powerful insights in your dreams. And I feel like your spirit guides and your deceased relatives are going to drop that in your mind. They're going to be dropping that in. I know for me personally, if I see an animal in my dream, and I see them a lot. I don't want to say every dream, but I see, like right before I wake up, I'll see an animal, like randomly, like just standing there. And sometimes it's not really part of the dream. I know my father is doing that and he's deceased. And I'm not saying you're going to see animals in your dreams. That's just what comes up for me. But you will have some kind of sign. See, because I know he does it, then he knows I'm going to go to the computer and I'm going to look it up, animal totem, whatever the animal is, and what is that animal message trying to say. So you may find that you're going to have things like that, getting important messages, signs, and symbols. Maybe you're going to see numbers in your dream, or deceased relatives maybe showing up in your dream. Things like that. Expect it over the rest of this month of May and maybe even throughout June. And it's going to be giving you some important insights and messages. Don't just blow them off. Like, dreams are important more than some people in the mainstream world think they are. So pay attention to your dreams. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Taurus. Hi, Taurus. So the first card you got is the Three of Rods, and sometimes cards are duplicated throughout the signs. I get, like, sometimes they're repeated a lot. This month I only had 2 cards repeated. The Fool was one of them, and the other sign that got it was no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Fool and Three of Rods. So you got the Three of Rods as your first card here, which is success, waiting patiently for success to come in, letting go of something so success can come to you. You may be at the beginning stages of a successful business or some type of endeavor or venture. Some of you Tauruses are going to be quite enterprising, and you may find that in the second half of May and going into June, and maybe even further out than that, that you're going to really be putting yourself out there. If you have a business, you could be putting your products and services out there. You may be advertising and promoting them more. Or if you are trying to get a job, you may be sending out a lot of resumes or applying for a lot of positions, or doing networking, contacting people from your past that could maybe help you with future endeavors. So putting yourself out there strongly comes up for Tauruses. Some of you are going to open a business right in the middle, and my guides say, of something. So I feel like, you know how they say, don't open a business when Mercury's retrograde. If you're born with Mercury retrograde in your birth chart, that might not be bad. I was born with Mercury in retrograde when I was born, but some Mercury in retrogrades kick me in the butt and some don't. If it's something you started in the past and then kind of dropped it or just let it hang, if you do it during Mercury in retrograde, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you started it, but it was on pause and then you finish it. So, but it could be at the middle of something else. There could be something dramatic going on in your life or in your family. And you may think, well, you know what? I'm ready to open this business regardless of all this, you know, stuff going on or things out in the world. You may feel like, is this really a good time? Well, you know what? I'm going to throw caution to the wind and I'm going to do it anyway. So you're going to open, some of you will be opening a business or starting something new, maybe a new job, right in the middle of things, like my guide said. You may even be helping somebody you're connected to start a business, and then you are going to work there. You may be an assistant or a manager or a supervisor or a partner, but it could be somebody you know, like a friend, a family member, a love partner. So you could, if you're not starting a business yourself, you could be helping somebody start a business. But for some of you, you could be starting a new job. So the card you have with it is the Empress, and the Empress is a card that symbolizes a maternal figure that's crossed over to the other side or in the living, that's watching you, guiding you, looking out for you. And it would be a strong maternal figure. If it's not your mother, it could be some other strong female figure for you. This could also indicate the birth of a child or a birth of a business, project, plan, or an idea. I feel like you're going to be communicating with people that are going to set you on the right path. It could be to get a new job. It could be to find a new place to live. It could be to set you on the right path with some other issue you're facing. And you're going to see how things really improve and get enhanced for you when you try to beautify them. So that could be your appearance. Like if you're like, well, I need to jazz up my looks, whatever that means to you, dyeing your hair, cutting your hair, losing weight, gaining weight, changing your makeup, not wearing makeup anymore, getting a new wardrobe, whatever it is. That's whatever beautifying it means to you, getting cosmetic surgery, whatever. Or you could, this could be about a business you own or your home, but beautifying things is going to enhance them. And for some reason, this is going to make a difference to you. Maybe just to you personally, but it may also, you know, when you feel good about yourself or good about things in your environment or good about anything going on that you've tried to beautify or, you know, enhance, it tends to mirror out and attract more of that to you. That's the way energy works. What you put out there ends up getting mirrored back to you, even the negative things. So be careful of, don't be too negative. Think of beautifying things and think of positive things. You may get in contact with somebody you haven't talked to for a long time. You guys may have lost contact, and there could be a reconnection. This could be a female that you worked with years ago. It could be an old love. It could be a relative. I really feel for many of you, it's a relative or somebody you worked with before. Third on the list would be a love partner, but it's somebody, or, you know, could be a friend that you just haven't talked to for a long time. You lost touch with them, you reconnect with them, and this is going to be a positive experience for you. It's not going to turn out to be negative. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Gemini. Hi, Gemini. The first card you have is the Fool. And this is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to have your wits about you and not have your head in the clouds and not have on rose-colored glasses, or you could fall off the cliff. So you need to be grounded in reality, but it could be a new journey. The other sign that got this for the mid-month of May is Virgo. So Gemini and Virgo both got the Fool. You're kind of feeling randy, like you want to, get going. You want some action, some movement. It could be sex, it could be love, it could be just shaking things up in your world in another form. You're going to surprise people by what you're going to say and do next. So you've got some like unexpected energy that's going to it could be because of the planet Uranus. It did something recently, I forget, on May 7th. I think that was like supposed to be the most unexpected day of the year, or lucky or unexpected day of the year. It could be affecting you because you're going to be doing something unexpected in May or possibly June. For some of you, you may be talking to somebody that motivates you or inspires you, or something you see or read or watch triggers something in you and inspires you, and you're like, I'm getting out of here. I'm moving. I'm moving to a whole different state or province or city or country. I feel like it's like a surprising move for some of you. Now, if it's not, I'm getting out of here where you're living, it could be, I'm getting out of here the career you're in or where you're working. It could even be a love relationship. But I feel more it has to do with living and working or both. And you may feel like, I got to get out of this, I'm buried under debt. You may feel like you're buried under debt. Or you may feel like you're in some kind of conundrum, like you're buried in, like, you could feel like you're backed into a corner, or like you're a caged animal. Like, I got to get out of here. I've been stuck in here too long, doing this too long, staying this, like, so, and maybe you aren't sharing it with people around you. And this is why when you come out with it, it's unexpected to them. It may not really be unexpected to you. It could be unexpected to other people. But for some of you, this could be, bam, I'm deciding this right now. It could be even unexpected to you. So the card you have with it is the Knight of Swords, which very likely could be you, because the Knight of Swords is an air sign person. This is an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So this could be you here with the Fool for some of you Geminis. Yeah, you're like pushing forward on all your agendas. It's like my guides are showing me plugging in like a blower, like a leaf blower, like plugging it in and turning it on. Whoosh, that's how you're going to be about certain things in your life. Maybe not everything, but you're like raring to go here. And I feel like some of you Geminis have thought about this and have decided, if I keep staying here, nothing's going to change. And you may feel like something you're doing has worn out its welcome or time. Maybe you're a college student. You're like, you know what? If I keep staying in this college or university and staying in this program, nothing's going to change the way I really want, so I got to get out of this school. Or, like I said, you may feel that about the place where you're living or the place where you're working. I do feel like you're going to do your due diligence, though. Don't get me wrong, because my guides are telling me that Gemini's going to shop around. So whatever that means, if it's shopping around for a new job, shopping around for a new place to live, whatever it is, you're not just going to jump, you're not just going to leap without having researched it. But I still feel like something to do with I'm going to say it's Uranus doing it. I do feel like it has to do with the planets. Again, you're the second sign. I felt like Aries, I felt that strongly about the planets. I feel this way about you, that this is causing you to, like, I got to move. I got to make a move. I got to make a change. I got to get out of here. I feel trapped, or nothing's going to change. You know that old saying, like, didn't Albert Einstein say this? That I'm not going to quote it right, so don't bother laughing at me. It's not going to be right, but something like, isn't insanity like if you keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results is a form of insanity? Something like that. Like, it's not going to change. And I feel like you're going, you know what? I want this to be different. I want that to be different. But yet I keep doing these same things over and over and over again. And the things I really want to shift and change are not coming forth. So I've got to institute some big change, and then that will force change. I feel that some of you Geminis are at that point. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. I'm reading Gemini sun sign, Gemini rising sign, and Gemini moon sign here. So maybe I'm talking more to the Gemini rising and moon signs than I am Gemini sun sign. I don't know. I'm just telling you, Gemini, this is what's coming up for you. So I hope this reading was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Cancer. Hey, Cancer, do I get this card for you a lot? For some reason, I feel like I do, but I do so many readings for YouTube and Vimeo, I have no idea. But why do I feel like I see this for you a lot? You have the Seven of Pentacles. This is being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain and rewards from your hard work and efforts. You know, all these cards mean more things than what I say. I'm just telling you the abbreviated things of what it could mean. But now this is the psychic message here. Some of you Cancers are going to really have to buckle down at work. I'm not saying you weren't buckling down, but you're mid-May and maybe even going into June, you got to buckle down for some reason. And you may feel like whatever you're doing is lackluster, and you've got to give it more oomph. And if it's not work, it could be about yourself. It could be about your body, your hair, your face, your body. It could be about that. So wherever you feel like things are lackluster, has the work you've been creating lackluster? Maybe if you're a creative person and you create things, have your, hobbies and crafts and creations and art or whatever you create, has that gotten kind of drab or lackluster? Well, you're going to need to buckle down and put some oomph into it. And maybe the energy will just make you feel that way. Or for some of you, maybe you're going to have to consciously make yourself do it. That's going to be different for all of you. Some of you, it will be naturally happening. Some of you are going to force yourself to do it. Some of you are going to bypass something that was like a stumbling block or a hurdle or some kind of bureaucracy or red tape. You're going to bypass it, which, woohoo, anytime you can bypass red tape and bureaucracy, I am all for it. I'd be the cheerleader out there for doing that, because there is way too much of that going on in anything you do, right? How many times do you try to go do something? There's red tape, there's hurdles, there's bureaucracy, there's this or that. But you are going to be lucky because you are, for some reason, going to jump over it or move around it in the month of May, maybe even in June. You may also feel like you have to talk to somebody that can help motivate you. Like maybe you want to talk to a career counselor or a dear friend or somebody that is like higher up in a company or business you work for. Or maybe even a family member that can help, like, give you answers, point you in the right direction, get you to be more motivated. The card you have with it is the Six of Cups, which is two people that have reincarnated in this lifetime together. You knew each other in the past and you've reincarnated in this lifetime, and it is to solve karma. You could be together till the end of your days, or you could argue and break up and karma could still be solved. If it's not a love partner, this could also be fond childhood memories back from when you were a child, or it could represent children. But for me, usually it comes up as somebody that you have a karmic past life reincarnation connection. I do feel that some of you could be starting to get to make an acquaintance or starting to get to know somebody that is really going to be a prominent figure or important to you in your life that you can't see yet. Like, you can't see that that's what's going to happen with this yet. And the thing that's going to be the tip-off for you is this person is going to feel very safe to you and secure to you and kind of comforting to you. And this is all based on familiarity from a previous incarnation. Now, some of you maybe don't believe in reincarnation. I 100% believe in it. But if it's not that, if it's for you, if you want to say, no, I don't believe in that, it could be just you resonate with this person really strongly. And I feel like you're going to be talking about everything and sharing everything. They could become a best friend to you. For some of you, this could end up being like a great, great friend to you. For some of you, it could be a love partner. That I don't feel it necessarily starts out like that. Because remember what I said, in the beginning, I don't feel like you get the picture of what this is. You may just be like, wow, I feel really at ease around this person. I feel really comfortable with them. But they may even feel familiar to you and you don't know them. So it's like, why do they seem so familiar to me? This is coming up for you. For some of you, you may recognize the signs. And if you're single, you may jump into this relationship with both feet, and it could lead to a long-term relationship or marriage for some of you. Now, that's not going to be the case for all of you. Some of you are already married now or in a long-term relationship with somebody now. So therefore, this would be somebody that would become a friend or some other type of relationship, like a mentor, maybe somebody that could mentor you or guide you, like an earth angel type of situation. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hi, Leo. The first card you have is the Six of Pentacles, and this is giving generously and charitably to others. It could be receiving generosity and charity from others. It can also be the balance of give and take. It can also indicate financial success coming to you in the future. I do feel that you are going to be feeling more giving and altruistic in May and going into June. You may also find yourself wanting to give lessons or classes or teach people something, or maybe through coaching. Some of you, especially if you own your own business, are going to be revising and changing some things that you are doing. You may find yourself like wanting to open up a platform for people to be able to express themselves in some way. Could be something on the internet. Maybe you're going to interview people. Maybe you're going to be like a journalist or an interviewer, and maybe you didn't do that much before. Like whatever you did before, you weren't really interviewing people or giving people a platform to speak. So some of you may be embarking on that aspect of your Maybe it's a new career or an aspect of something you already do. Really strongly, it's enhanced that you're going to show people how things are done. Like, you know, maybe you're going to put things on a YouTube channel or some other platform where you're going to be giving maybe a master class or instructing others and showing people how to do something that you have an expertise in. You know, even you may decide to open your doors to people, and you could rent some kind of space or equipment. Like you may have a building that you're like, you know what, I'm not using this entire building. I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to rent that part of the building out to generate revenue and to give people an opportunity to utilize this space because I'm not using all of it. Maybe it could even be if you have, you know, maybe you have a garage and over your garage there's a living space. Maybe you're going to open that up for people to rent from you, or maybe they could open it. It could be a studio. Somebody could use it as an art studio or as a business offices in some way. And you may be opening that up and making it available to people. So the card that you have with it, Leo, is the Emperor. And the Emperor is a card that can be a strong male figure, usually a paternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, watching you, guiding you, protecting you, giving you ideas and inspirations that could feel like they're yours, but they're actually coming from the Emperor. Or this could be a strong male figure in the living, a father, grandfather, great-grandfather, someone like a father figure to you, an uncle, a husband, a nephew, a boss, an ex. Could be you. Some of you are going to be getting some money or have gotten some money through a strong male figure that died and they left it to you. It could be a father or some other strong male figure, and now I feel that you are going to utilize it in purchasing a property or upgrading your property that you already own. Some of you may even be motivated to buy a piece of land and build something on it, build a property on it. Another thing that comes up here for you Leos is if you own your own business and you've been involved in every aspect of the business, how this works, how that works, doing this, doing that, creating this, creating that, managing this, managing that, some of you may take a step back from that and you may start to hire managers or supervisors that, not that you're not going to still be involved in the business, but that you're going to have an even higher, more elevated position, and you're going to pay some people to do some of the other things that you were doing so that you have more time to do other things that you're trying to get going and pursue. If you have a business or a YouTube channel or something, a platform of some sort, I feel like you're going to be changing what you're doing. And you may be offering new programs. Now, these could be computer programs, but they could be programs like things that you want to teach other people. You know, new programs of like, or if you have a channel, maybe you're going to add new programs to this channel that you didn't do before. So that's also indicated here by the Emperor's energy. I also feel that Leos are kind of going through some kind of, I don't know whether I want to say osmosis, transformation of social consciousness. I feel like you're something about the way you view the public, the world, what's going on in the culturally and socially. It's something is evolving, shifting, or changing for you in that regard. You may be getting a different perspective or something may be opening your eyes up to something you didn't see about it before. And now you're like changing your social consciousness about stuff. I don't know how else to explain that. So I hope those messages made sense to you. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hi, Virgo. The first card you have is the Fool. And this is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to have your wits about you and be grounded and not have on rose-colored glasses or have your head in the clouds, or you could fall off the edge of the cliff. So it's a good card because it's a new journey, but you need to be grounded. The other sign that got this was Gemini. So Gemini and Virgo in the mid-month of May got the Fool. Some of you Virgos feel like, I got to get out of this place. It could be, I feel for many of you, it's where you're living, where you feel like, I got to get out of here. I'm going stir crazy. Or I also, that came up for one of the other signs. Maybe it was Gemini. Gemini got a very similar message. So you and Gemini are getting similar message. So if your rising sign, moon sign, or sun sign are both of these signs, this is really going to impact you. I also get for Virgos that some of you are going to feel like, I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to experience new things, new cultures, new places. And you may feel like the time is ripe right now for you to do that, because you may be on the precipice of moving or changing your career, or some kind of life-altering experience may have occurred, and now your life is shifting in a different gear. And before you get entrenched into a new pattern of living, you want to, travel, see the world, see other cultures, experience different things. You may also find that you are going to be taking new projects on, more work, new work. If you have a job or a career that's going now, you may find yourself being open to working overtime, or telling your boss hey, I don't want to just do this. Can you throw some other different work or projects my way? I'd like to expand what it is I'm doing. Or it may just come to you serendipitously. Your boss may come to you and say, hey, guess what, Virgo? We like what you're doing, but we'd also like you to manage this or take care of that. And I feel like you're going to be up for it. I don't feel like this is something you're going to be mad about or not like. I feel that some of you Virgos are going to find there's some things that you have to take off the table of what you're eating. There's some things that you're going to find either they don't make you feel well, or you have some kind of allergy, or perhaps you're on a certain kind of diet and you're like, okay, I can't eat that kind of foods anymore. Maybe you're not going to have dairy, or you're not going to eat gluten, or you're going to give up something. And because I get food on the table, there's some food on the table you're going to give up or not eat anymore. Could be other things, could be alcohol or something else, but it feels to me like a food. That's what comes up here. So the next card you have in your reading is the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is a water sign person. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is a water sign. I feel that some of you Virgos are going to find out a lot about a family member. And for some of you, this family member passed away already. And you could be finding out some really unique or interesting information about them this month. They could also still be in the living. They don't have to be deceased. And I feel like one of the things you're going to hear about it is what troubles they went through, what traumas or experiences they had when they were young, or difficulties that they had to go through in their upbringing. I feel like you look at this person if they're in the living, they're quite astute, and they have a good chance of pushing some things your way. So they could be like a boss giving you opportunities, could be a friend or some networking opportunity, somebody you met through networking that could push some kind of job opportunity or some work your way or sideline work. So I feel like you look at them like they're astute and that they're going to help you out and they're going to push something your way. And I feel like they're looking at you like they want you to take your time and not to rush into anything. You know, this person could be a shaman. They could be a psychic, an astrologer. They could be a shaman. I feel like, or a healer of some sort. I feel like they're going to be giving you insights, information, cautions. I have Cancer Moon. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the Queen of Cups in your reading. I don't know, but it could be somebody also that you would look at like they're I keep getting like shaman, healer. It could just be somebody that you're connected to that gives really good, logical, sound advice as well. So they're coming up and giving you some kind of help or advice in this mid-month of May, maybe even going into June. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Libra. Hi, Libra. I have to apologize. If you hear sawing in the background, my neighbors across the street are getting pavers put down, and I have all my windows shut, but I can still hear that saw going. So I apologize if you hear that in the background. So the first card you have, Libra, is the Hanged Man, and this is being in limbo. Whoops. No, that was right. It's this way. I had the Hanged Man upside down. Is the Hanged Man. And this is being in limbo, not moving forward, not moving backward, being in a state of suspended animation and having to draw from your own psychic ability and intuition when the Hanged Man shows up. Sometimes this card can indicate a period of waiting for something. I feel like your intuition is going to be on fire in May and even in June. Any conversations you have with people, whether they're new or whether you've known them before, it's going to be, Libra, like you're looking through them like you're looking through a pane of glass. Like you're going to be, it's like reading a book. You're going to know them like reading a book. You have to be careful that you don't get yourself involved in any kind of emotional dramas. For some of you, there could be like friends going through some kind of drama and they try to suck you into it, and you may feel like you have to pick sides. That could also be happening in a family situation as well. So be careful of that, because I don't feel like you're starting the drama. I feel the drama or trauma is getting driven up by other people, and you're there and they may try to suck you into it. So be careful of that. Some of you could have an area of expertise that is changing. Something you went to school for, or got some kind of, or worked your way up, or got some kind of apprenticeship or training. It may be changing for you now. You may be going after a different career path, or in your chosen career, there could be things changing in it. So let's say you went to school to, I don't know, I'm going to say be a government worker. Let's say that you got a government job somehow, for whether you went to school for it or not. But whatever you learned about that, now the laws or things are changing. That could be something coming up. Or a career path that you chose, like chef. I was a pastry chef for 22 years. I'm telling you, things when I went to culinary school got changed drastically after I graduated, about how things were prepared and how sauces were made, and different methods of cooking and baking and all that. A lot of things changed. That kind of thing could be happening for your career, like the career that you chose, the path that you were in. There's these things could be changing about it. So the card you have with it is the Eight of Cups. This is turning away from what's not working for you anymore, emotionally speaking, and heading off on a new journey with the stick of power and control in your hand. And even though the journey's unknown, you're still willing to take it. I feel that some of you may feel like you want to change jobs. You may want, or change careers, change jobs or careers. You may feel like something that you're in, like the job you're in or the career you're in, you may not feel settled about it now. You may feel like there's too much uncertainty or that there's too much changing. If it's not work or career, this could be a living situation, like your neighborhood or the area that you live could be shifting and changing, and you may feel like, I don't feel like I like, the people that have moved in or that are around here, and I don't feel settled here, or I feel unsettled, so I want to leave. That could be happening. So work comes up first, then I feel it's a living situation. It could be a love relationship for some of you, but if that's the case, that's further down the list. That's not what my guides talked about first. Some of you may feel like you want to be on your own and you want to do things the way you want to do them. So you may feel like, you know what, I'm tired of working for this kind of company or this kind of business. I could do this. I could own my own business and do this myself and be my own boss. So some of you may choose to make that decision in May or possibly going into June. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. The first card I got for you is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is an earth sign. For some of you, this could be somebody that's training you in some way or giving you a leg up in a business or a job that you have. This could be somebody that's like backing you, supporting you, maybe even financially, but it could be more motivationally even. I feel like you think very highly of this person. You feel like this King of Pentacles person is great. That's what comes up for me. Maybe some of you are going to be like, I don't like that guy. I don't like that King of Pentacles, but it's coming up here to me that you think highly of them. I feel like they care about you. They want you to attain and achieve your goals and dreams. They feel like you're wise and you know what you're doing, but they want you to get cracking on it. That's what my guides say. Like they want you to get on with something. They feel like you're wise, you know what you're doing, but they want you to get on with it. I feel like they're going to influence you. They're going to help you. They could possibly give you or lend you money as well. This could also be somebody that could fit in and mesh in with you perfectly with something you're doing, or romantically. Like this could be somebody you meet and you're like, the way their personality is and what they do meshes completely with my personality and what I do and what I believe, and we're totally in sync, and it could be awesome. But it could also be if you own your own business, and this is somebody else that has like their own business or some kind of products or services that they sell or do, you two could integrate together because what their products and services are mesh totally with what your products and services are, and you could mesh together beautifully and have like a business partnership or some kind of collaborative efforts. These are the messages that come up for you. I feel like this King of Pentacles is helpful, wise, they've got money, they may help you financially, and I feel like it's a good thing. I do not feel like they're negative. For me, in this reading, I don't feel they're negative. The card you have with this is the Eight of Rods, and the Eight of Rods is a card that symbolizes communication, through the phone, text messages, emails, any kind of communication, news coming to you swiftly. It could also indicate swift and sudden change. It could be the arrows of love. It could also indicate travel. I feel that you are going to hear a lot of news and information now in May and the rest of May and going into June that's really going to help you on your path, on your path in life, whether it's a career or just the way you're living. You're going to find out news and information that's going to be very helpful to you. It's going to help you understand what you need to do, how to get things organized, how to put things in order, especially if there's things like starting a business or if you have any court cases coming up, or if you're going to try to adopt a child, or anything that would involve like getting things in order, getting documentation and things in order, getting your ducks in a row. I feel like you could be getting some valuable insight and information that's going to help you to prepare, or maybe you have to apply to a college or some kind of training program or something, and you're going to get the info. Here's the steps of what you need to do. Here's how you can organize things. For some of you, it could be coming through the King of Pentacles. Some of you, it could be coming from that earth sign person, but not always. It could be something separate here. You may also get some kind of feedback where you're going to hear where you fell short and how you could improve. So this could also be if you've had to go through any kind of employee evaluations, or if you've had to go through any tests or exams where you made mistakes or didn't get, where there made mistakes. I mean, on tests, not everybody aces every test. You may get some constructive feedback like, no, this wasn't right. This is the correct answer, or this is where you can find that answer or that solution. Especially if you have things like coming up and you're like, well, where do I get that information? Or how can I get that? Somebody may say, look, here's what you need to do. You need to go here, then you need to go there, then you got to get this, then you got to go do that. That kind of thing is what I feel this is all about. It's evaluation, it's feedback, it's how to correct mistakes, it's how to get organized and put you on the right path or go in the steps of what you need to do in something. That's what the Eight of Rods is about for you, Scorpio. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. So the first card you have is the Three of Rods. And the Three of Rods is waiting patiently for success to come in, letting go of something so success can come to you. It could also be at the beginning of a successful business venture or endeavor. The other sign that got this was Taurus. I feel like some of you are going to make some kind of big commitment or a big commitment of change. So, I don't know. What are you doing, Sagittarius? It's like you want to throw caution to the wind, and I don't feel like you want to waste time. You may feel like, I don't want to waste time anymore. I'm throwing caution to the wind. I'm putting myself out there. That could be on dating sites. That could be out there. Maybe you're going to start a video channel on some video platform. I don't know what it is. Some of you are going to take some kind of classes or training that are going to help you learn and grow and actually understand yourself better. You may join a support group of some sort, or have do some kind of therapy that's in like a group setting for some of you, and that could help you get more in touch with yourself and learn more about yourself. It could also be like a 12-step program of some sort, or something of that nature. Some of you are developing some kind of software, company, or business that is going to skyrocket. It will be successful. And it's taken a lot of time for you to painstakingly work on it and sort it out. It could also be a book, an instruction manual, a novel. It could be something that you're putting out there into the world in writing for some of you. Very similar to Leo. Leo's reading, you may be teaching people some of your knowledge and techniques that you have for things. So some of you may be teaching and instructing other people. Again, it could be on a video platform of some sort. It could be in writing, like I said, a book, a manual. So the card you have that came up with it is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign person. It can be that. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is an earth sign. Or if you're born on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn. Some of you are going to get a payoff of some kind. Some of you are going to receive a commissions check or a bonus. And I feel like you're going to do something with that money. You're not just going to like sit on it. You're going to invest it in something. Could be a business that you're going to start. Like I said, you could be starting a company or a business. Came up in the Three of Rods. So it could be that. It could be investing it in some kind of stocks or cryptocurrency or something else. Property. If you come across some investment opportunity and you put your money into it, it's going to do really well. But I feel it would have to take place after the 14th of May for you to do it. Because I feel like whatever it is, it's going to jump up quite a bit. Maybe not at first. It may look like ho-hum. But then it's going to jump, and it's going to jump again. And I feel like if this happens, you got tipped off about it. Like somebody told you about it, or you heard about it somewhere, and you're processing it, and then you invest in it, whatever it is. Like I said, it could be property. It doesn't have to be the stock market. It could be something else. It could be a business. And it's going to, I get like jump up and then jump up again. And so you stand to do well financially. I mean, come on. It's here with the Three of Rods. You got the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Rods. That kind of spells it out. Success and money. I don't feel that the Knight of Rods is so much a person for you. I feel like it's you, or indicating that you're going to have some kind of financial success. Now, I don't usually get that. Usually when court cards come up, they mean individual people to me. Unless the earth sign person, sun, moon, or rising sign person is the one who tips you off about this investment opportunity, whether it's property, stock, crypto, whatever it could be, and you follow through on it, it's going to go well for you. So it may actually come from an earth sign person. But for some of you, this is just indicating your financial success coming in. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. So the first card you have is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor, the planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. It could be the ups and downs of karma. It could also be a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning. Some of you Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people are reinventing yourself and reinventing your life. And you may be watching other people in your life, their lives moving forward. And you may feel like, I don't want to be left behind. So you could feel this way, like looking at your friends or looking at your coworkers or looking at some family members. And you may feel like, I don't want to be like the hamster on the wheel. I want to, I don't want to get stuck. I want to evolve. I want my life to move forward and evolve like theirs is. I feel like in May and going into June, you're going to have a lot of important conferences and meetings. This could be at your job with bosses. It could be with what are they called? Like counselors and advisors at your school. It could be, with doctors or lawyers. I don't know who, but a lot of important conferences and meetings come up. Maybe if you have a business, it could be with clients and customers. You may find that you have to change your schedule. You may have to schedule your life or your work or things that you would normally schedule in a certain way. You may have to schedule them differently this second half of May or even in June. You may find yourself working late. You may find yourself on the phone like after work's over, or like you're in the car and you're having business meetings in the car, or you're having to stay late because you get tied up on a Zoom meeting or things like that. Conference calls, meetings could make you late. And like I said, you may find that you have to change your routines and especially schedules. So the card you have with it is the Lovers. And this is two people that are intertwined with each other, that are empathetic to each other and also empathically connected. There's strong sexual chemistry here. Doesn't always mean love. Lovers isn't always love. It could just mean sex and chemistry. There's an angel watching over the couple that's either blessing the couple or could be creating interference. One time somebody asked me, what did I mean by that? Well, kids can cause interference in a love relationship. Jobs can cause interference. In-laws can cause interference. Family members that can cause interference. Lots of things can cause interference in a love relationship. So that angel is either blessing the couple or causing some kind of interference. Some of you may miss a connection you had with someone. Some of you may want to get more entrenched with somebody you're with, like wanting to take it up a notch, kick it up a notch, take it up to the next level, have a friendship turn into lovers, or if you're in a love relationship already, get more serious in some way. That comes up here. So missing somebody, missing a connection, or kicking it up a notch if you're already connected to somebody. For those of you that are single, I feel that you could find your a ideal partner or mate for you through work, through some kind of job that you have or work that you do. And reminiscing about past loves comes up strongly here, even if you're connected with somebody new now or you're single. But reminiscing about loves from the past comes up here. Some of you are going to find that you start to have a crush on somebody, and this crush could turn into infatuation, and that could later on progress to something more. Some of you may start to, if you're single, you may start to spend more time going on dating sites. Or you may get involved in something like a church, a club, a group, or an organization that you go to, and then serendipitously you meet somebody and make a connection there. But it did come up that some of you could meet somebody through work that would be an ideal person for you. It comes up here, so if you're single looking for somebody, you could have potential here in May and June. And also, if you already have a crush on somebody, it could turn into an infatuation, or if you have a friendship, it could start to evolve and come into being a more serious type of relationship for you Capricorn, sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign people. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. So the first card you get is my favorite minor arcana card, which is the Ace of Swords. This is victory, truth being revealed, perhaps victory because truth is revealed. It could also be, sometimes this could indicate love, believe it or not, but it can be truth, wisdom, knowledge. You're going to feel like, finally, I have some kind of success. Finally, I feel like I made the right decision or choices. You could feel like you have turned some kind of corner where you may feel like, yeah, okay, I was doing pretty good. Things are going well. But bam, you get some kind of like success could come to you all of a sudden, or like with something that you've been doing that you're like, yeah, my life is going along and everything, and then bam, success. For some of you Aquarians, there's some aspect of your life, like a foundation of some aspect of your life is getting stronger. It's improving. The foundation of your life is improving. And you may really be successful in releasing yourself from the bondage of things that have held you back and brought you down. That could be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. You could have some victory here of being released from something, some types of blockages or, things that have kept you locked in. You could have some victory here of getting past those things. Some of you Aquarians are going to make a strong decision and declaration of change, of what you're going to change. You may make a big decision, and it could be change in the course of your life or turn in some kind of proverbial corner, and then this is happening and you make the declaration about it. You have to think about that, Aquarius. It's a thinker, but hopefully that will make sense to you. Now, the card you have that came up with it is the Ten of Rods, which I find interesting for what just came up in the Ace of Swords, why this would come up here, because 10 of Rods is moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. And these 10 rods of burden may actually have been knowledge and experience you gained that will help you as you move on to the new and better horizons. But you could feel a little overburdened at this time. I feel that some of you Aquarians are going to start to feel like you're getting certain things taken care of and getting certain things in order. you may be putting a lot of thought and effort into what suits your lifestyle better, what fits and suits your lifestyle better. And the things that don't fit and suit your lifestyle the way you want it to go now, you could be like eliminating them, unburdening yourself from them. And you may feel like, you know, in mid-May and going into June, like things could be kind of tricky. Like you have to take care of this and you have to take care of that. And you've got to pay these bills and you got to get this organized and, you know, getting a lot of things situated in your life. There could be a lot of aspects of your life that feel like, you know, maybe you feel like you need to declutter. And yet then you also feel like you have things to do, business to take care of. You've got stuff to do in your home. You've got a lot of things on your plate that you need to do, you need to attend to, you need to get organized, you need to get taken care of, but you're doing them. It's not like you can't do them. You are doing them. And this Ace of Swords here with it is showing like you are turning some kind of corner here. And things that were kind of doing your due diligence and, you know, the efforts that you needed to put forth for, could be a business you own, could be for a job you have to do, could be for taking care of your home and other things. It's finally going to change. Like it's going to change in a good way where you're going to feel like you have a more strong and solid foundation, like things are starting to look up. You may even see some kind of victories or successes show up for you now as well. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hi Pisces. So the first card you have is the Five of Rods. This could be an internal struggle going on in you, or a struggle with coworkers, family members, friends, or any clubs, groups, or organizations you belong to. At your career or at your home, either way, there's things that are getting like chopped up, cut up, dug up. You know, this could be around you, could be your street. Maybe they're putting gas lines in or new water lines, or could be construction happening at a building you live in or next door to a building you live in. Could be happening at a job where you work, where things are getting cut up and chopped up, where, you know, the departments are getting shifted and changed and moved around, or moving to a different location. Like there's like literally physical disruption. And it's going to affect you because you're going to have to hear the noise of it going on, or, you know, you may be required to, I don't know what to call it, like roll with the punches here. You know, you're going to have to listen to it. You're going to have to deal with it. You may have to park your car in a different spot. You may have to work out of it. If it's at work, you may have to work out of a different location or a different office or a different building. But it's all because this feels to me the strongest like physical changes. It's either happening in your job or business or work environment, or I feel like it's happening in your home. It's one or the other. You may also see some things get torn down. This could be buildings getting torn down or blown up. You know, like I can remember back in the day, this is going way back. I lived like outside of Philadelphia, but in New Jersey, on the Jersey side, but not far from Philly, like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And I remember when they took down JFK Stadium, and they did it to the Spectrum, and that's where they held sporting events and concerts and things like that. And I watched them go, right? So you may see this happening near you or next door to where you work or near where you live. You could see like the detonation and the leveling of buildings and things of that nature, some of you. Now, interesting that I get that, because look at the card you got next, Pisces. You got the Tower. I saw these come up for you when I first shuffled all the cards and pulled them out. And I'm like, really, Pisces? What's going on here? The Tower is, it could be a fight, an argument, an end of a friendship, an end of a relationship. It could also be an end of an old paradigm, so a new paradigm can begin. It could be the end of an old relationship, so a new relationship can begin, or an old rulership, so a new rulership can begin. It could also be a natural disaster, like a flood, a fire, a lightning strike. Could be a detonation of a building, which I got in this card. So who knows? I can't wait to hear why you got the Tower. You're going to see at your place of business where you work, some of you, where people are going to get thrown out. They're going to get fired, some of you. Now, I'm not saying you are. I see you're going to see it. I don't know that it's happening to you, but it's going to be happening around you for some of you. Some of you where you live, I don't know. You live all over the world. People watch these videos from all over the world. Some of you are going to see a major politician that maybe runs your country or just is in a major position is going to, somehow they're leaving of their own accord or not. I don't know. And this is going to change the course of events. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect all the other people. But you're the only one that got the Tower. Nobody else got it. But a lot of change did come up for the other signs. So change is happening across the board, but you're going to really see it the most, I feel, because you're the only one that got it. It could cause you some uncertainty about the future. You know, maybe you're in college and the president of the university gets fired, gets kicked out. And you don't know what's the university going to be like with the new president coming in. Or, you know, it could be the owner leaves of a business where you work, like they retire or they sell it. And you're like, oh no, what's this business going to be like that a new owner's going to buy it or a new company's going to come in and run it? That's the kind of energy here for you. But some of you are going to see people get fired. Some of you are going to witness it. And it could be like mass fire. Like, I don't feel like it's one person. It's a bunch of people for some of you. But for some of you, like I said, a prominent political figure, possibly the person that runs your government in your country, whatever country that is going to leave. They either get, you know, told to go or they go on their own. I don't know. So, but it does cause you some kind of uncertainty about what the future is going to hold. I'm not going to lie to you, regardless of whether it's any one of the scenarios I mentioned that came up, and I mentioned them in the order that my guides told me. So, but you know, change is good sometimes. Don't get too wigged out over this. Maybe this is something that is karmic in nature and was a long time coming and needs to happen on a spiritual level that you may not be able to see. So don't get too worked up over what this is. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. I want to thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And when you subscribe, you really help me out because you get me more to the top of YouTube and more people will be exposed to my readings. And that really helps me a lot as a channel. So thank you so much for that. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos. I always post my most recently recorded video links down below in the description box in the Show More section. And these links are also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. You can scroll that videos page and see all the different video series I've recorded, what divination tools I've used, how long the predictions go out for, and then you just click on whatever zodiac sign you want, your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign, and that link will take you directly to that video on Vimeo for download and purchase. Now, I'm going to name some of these videos here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can peruse the list at your leisure. But the most recently recorded video series that I feel are probably the most important video series that everybody, my ear is itching, I'm sorry. I was out gardening and I think something bit my ear, is the eclipse video series that I've recorded. So the most recently recorded one is the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, May 5th, 2023, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings. Those predictions last for 6 months. Then you might want to get the one for the eclipse that happened in April, the eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, April 2023, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading. You're being affected by that eclipse for the next 6 months. I would definitely recommend those, and to get both your rising sign and your sun sign if you're able to do so. And my career and finance psychic tarot, my career and finance psychic tarot and crystal readings, those predictions go from April of 2023 until the beginning of October of 2024. So those predictions go out for 12 to 18 months. My career and finance psychic crystal readings for 2023, those go out 12 to 18 months. Did I just say that already? My What's Lucky and New for You in 2023 psychic tarot and oracle card readings are available. My Saturn in Pisces psychic tarot and crystal readings, they go out for 2.5 years, starting in March of 2023 for 2.5 years. And don't forget my big love readings for singles and couples for 2023. My Horseshoe Tarot Spread 7-card psychic tarot readings, they go from August of 2022 all the way until August of 2023. So there's still time left on those Horseshoe Tarot Spread 7-card tarot readings, which are extremely popular. So if you haven't checked them out, you may want to. If you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on a video format, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. And I also post these on my YouTube community page as well. I put them in writing. They're about 5 paragraphs long. Many people find that some of the messages or the entire thing resonates with them. So I hope you'll check me out on social media and see what else my guides have to say over there. Just a note, as I've always said, I'm going to repeat it again because it's been kicking up lately. If anybody contacts you on any social media platform and says they're me and is asking if you want a reading or is trying to friend you or follow you, it is not me. I only contact people that are on my wait list or cancellations list. I do not contact anybody on social media and solicit them for readings, and I do not friend them or follow them. If somebody is doing that, believe me, they copy the whole thing. They copy the pictures and everything, which really should be illegal. I don't know how come it can't be stopped, but it's rampant. Please block them if they do it and report them, because they block me. So the only way I ever find out about it is when people write me and tell me, you got another fraud account, you got another fraud account coming up pretending to be me. So that's the only way I know. So don't fall for it. They want your money and they want your information. Do not give it to these criminals. You don't want to do that. You really don't. So also, I want to say I hope you have absolutely wonderful and amazing energy that comes to you the rest of this month of May 2023. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.